There's always that one individual so selfless and caring. The world still has caring people. Getting unexpected help is a joy for us. That's why at Prudential Life, we've introduced Ultimate, the no-lapse guarantee on your Premier and Classic farewell plans. The biggest challenge for most clients having a funeral policy is the fact that when they are unable to pay premiums due to financial challenges, the policies elapse and the full benefit falls off. We have introduced the no-lapse guarantee on our funeral plans. This ensures that you don't lose your full benefit during challenging financial moments. Prudential, always listening, always understanding.
I can conveniently seamlessly pay for my utility bills, my son's Cartoon Network on DSTV, and renew my internet services package. I can securely send my sweet mother her monthly allowance by simply transferring funds from my bond account into hers. I can also pay the gardener through any of the mobile money platforms available. I can verify if the check to the vendor has cleared. Now let me guess my sister is here at time so I can peacefully go back to sleep. With Bond Mobile app, you can do your banking anywhere. Download the Bond Mobile app on Apple Play Store or Google Play Store today. Bond, your success, our passion.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing, or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold synthetic oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold synthetic oil.
Well, you're a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Goil.
Ashene Pankasa. Goil, good energy.
Welcome to the 2017 edition of the National Science and Math Quiz. Yes, Christopher. You're right.
Harry Vita.
You're right. Yes, Bristol.
NH3.
You're right.
It was exciting getting all the points in the last round to catch up.
No school is too little to be bullied.
Yes, Wonder.
Operation.
You are right.
my father was my mentor from childhood. He was a contestant in the 1996 edition. And so he used to make me watch the quiz. That time I think it was 3 contestants per school. And then one day I watched one contest. It was Prempeh versus St. Louis. And we were beaten, so I think it was quite a pain to me. So I wanted to do it for the school and win. So it was my idea and then my dream to enter into Prempeh College and win the quiz.
Undoubtedly, the National Science and Math Quiz has done a lot for the student body in Ghana. Over 500 schools from all over the country are represented by 3 students each at the regional and national levels of the competition. The competition compels students to widen their scope of study beyond the syllabus. The teachers go to all lengths to find the appropriate materials for the students to solve some sample past questions. For the teachers, whether their schools get to the finals or not is not the only aim. A good performance by the students who make up the team in the West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate Examinations is an added incentive for the toil. Exactly what does this program mean to the individual student?
It helped me to work under pressure, looking at what you are supposed to do within a very short period of time.
It's helped me believe that, yes, there was something more than just studying and passing exams.
I had this confidence in me, and this separated me from other normal students.
Learning to understand people, learning to be resilient. These all came with the quiz, and they've stayed with me till now.
I really got in touch with some special people with some great minds, because the quiz is there for great minds when it comes to science.
A platform for you to study much harder, represent your school.
You wanted to have the bragging rights. You wanted to make your parents proud. You want them to see you on TV, so you really work hard. And it also brings some healthy competition among the students.
Who are learning a lot from me, what I did on campus, and I think it's a plus for me.
What we do on stage is a reflection of what happens behind closed doors, because there's a lot of inputs that goes into what we do on stage. So the 2 people represent the knowledge that about 7 or 8 or even 10 people have.
It does not matter which part of the country their school is located. Preparation is the common denominator for all. The numerator, or the how factor, remains for the individual student to determine and carry out even before the team is affected. One can never know the real effort unless the contestant students tell it themselves.
In Prempeh College, the quiz is given a lot of priority actually, because when you come to Form 1, you are picked up, they groom all of you, and then those who would prove by the end of their 3rd year, they will be selected to represent the school.
During our preparation, it was actually only one teacher who was really interested in this whole thing. He wasn't really a chemistry and biology type, so we had to invite some of our past contestants to help us. We had a lot of trial contests with other schools. We had a lot of internal contests. That was one-on-one amongst the contestants.
You would have to study what you are required to know, not just because you have to write exams on it, but because you would be required to produce a deeper understanding of it. So our teammates, who were very, very supportive, I must confess, would go the extra mile to look for things probably they didn't even know from foreign textbooks, from online sources, from even the books that we use, to just make sure that we were very well equipped for it. The teachers were also very supportive. They would come in anytime we needed anything at all.
We are given extra tuition sometimes with things above the syllabus. We sometimes close late at night. We do trial contests among ourselves, do trial contests with other schools.
We always had to come to school, we set up latest by 6 a.m. Then we spend our session with our trainer. Then after that, we join the normal class session. Then we close at 4. After 4, we spend at least an hour and 30 minutes with him again before we go home. After writing our WASI paper, we spent 1 month lodging in the school. And during this 1 month stay, we spent each day at least 20 hours of the day with him. We studied amongst ourselves. Then he taught us a little bit of what we have to know.
After prep ends, that's at 9 o'clock, they are required to stay for an hour and a half to prepare for regionals. Most of their work was done by us, as in the quiz team. We were 16 in number. We had those who were just contestants. We called them subject heads. They were in charge of teaching us the various subjects. As a Form 3 first time, we hadn't covered much of the syllabus, so it was the responsibility of the subject heads to at least finish something and come and teach us. If you had squad umbrella girls in your class, if there's a free period in your class, they are in charge of making sure that you don't sleep when the others are sleeping. You still have to push.
In the past, the contestants were just made it to the first round of the competition. So we realized that maybe one of the ways to do that will be to have a science club, and the goal of the science club was to meet. We have trial quizzes to sort of sharpen our skills and then practice some shortcuts. We're also fortunate for because some of our teachers also bought into that idea. They were mentors of the club.
So our preparation starts from the onset, from Form 1. But then more focus will not be put on you because there will be other badges we prepare to do the main competition. But you'll be taking on tryout trips with your seniors to monitor how they answer questions, and you'll be trained alongside them. So in the end, by the time you reach Form 3, you'll be well equipped. And our training, we do it dawn, afternoon, evening, every time, in fact every time, because as a student you have the zeal and you want to prove to everyone that you are the best and you deserve to be chosen.
We started preparing during Form 2, so we were just going through past questions, learning on our own. But towards regional, of course, the preparation intensified. But it was mostly us learning on our own, combined with our teachers having classes with us. And then towards the national, it was really mostly just us learning. I remember I even got addicted to Rush Energy drink because I was trying to stay up at night.
I worked hard for it. I would pray at dawn because I got to know that even in Pempe College, they were very good students. So you coming on top to represent the whole school, about 3,000, to be chosen as one of the best students, to represent the school on such a large scale, it means that there must be something extraordinary about you.
It was mostly specialization, of course. I was doing math and physics. My partner was doing biology and chemistry. Then just working, like the faster one work on speed, the person who memorizes works on memory and things like that.
When school was out of session, we had to go to school, and one of the mentors, Pearson Ahiawano, who was coaching us, will let us watch the past quiz competition, and then he paused the video for us to solve within the allocated time so that we work on our speed. And he was also very generous. The wife will cook for us, you know, and we always wanted to be there.
For the viewer, once the competition is over and the school has been crowned national champions, it's all over. But is that really the case? What then are some of the lasting benefits of the NSMQ?
Winning the quiz generally is a very good feeling, and it will give you a lot of morale to enter every situation with confidence and face problems that you didn't even expect to be able to conquer.
You need to work on your speed in the competition, and this translates when you take in standardized exams. You have to learn the necessary tricks. I've also made very good friends on the National Science and Maths quiz. So not only am I friends with my co-contestant from Adisado, but I have friends from Presec, Edem Jakpasu, who also lives in the States now, comes to Charleston regularly, and we have lunch together. It's been very, very beneficial. And let me also say this. I also met my wife through the National Science and Maths quiz program, and now we've been blessed with two boys.
Winning the competition made me meet a lot of personalities. Even I had the opportunity to meet the first gentleman of the nation. It was so amazing. Dining with Dr. Kavnado it was so fantastic. I learned a whole lot for myself, and that's one thing I'll say. I've really benefited because the things I learned are the things that will propel me forward.
My school won the most outstanding team, and I won the national best female contestant for the 2017 National Science and Maths Quiz. At least when you go for a National Science and Maths Quiz, there are over 135 schools. But for Zuera Baba Mohammed to come out as the national best female contestant, it meant that my hard work was paying off.
Some qualities I believe have been boosted, like my confidence level, especially coming back from behind in a contest. I believe I'm a better person than I was before.
This time, I expect one of the smaller schools to get to the finals and then take the trophy.
Most of the students in the country want to do science just because of science and maths quiz. And I think it's a plus for the competition. Happy anniversary.
Watch out for NSMQ 2018. It's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting. To the team from Infantipim for the year 2018, the ball is in your court. Just make history and make yourselves proud. I trust you guys.
Remember to pray hard, to work hard, and play hard. And you will either be the best or with the best. World Primus, welcome premise. Up Santa Claus.
So put God first, study hard, don't stress out yourself, do things at your own pace, and make sure you are there to complete the questions.
Congratulations to NSMQ on being 25 years.
Once again, we are the only college in Ghana, and I'm proud to say I'm an AMANFO.
There's always that one individual so selfless and caring. The world still has caring people. Getting unexpected help is a joy for us. That's why at Prudential Life, we've introduced Ultimate, the no-lapse guarantee on your Premier and Classic farewell plans. The biggest challenge for most clients having a funeral policy is the fact that when they are unable to pay premiums due to financial challenges, the policies elapse and the full benefit falls off. We have introduced the no-lapse guarantee on our funeral plans. This ensures that you don't lose your full benefit during challenging financial moments. Prudential, always listening, always understanding.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold synthetic oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold synthetic oil.
Well, you're a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Goil.
Ashene Pankasa. Goil, good energy.
The National Science and Maths Quiz is the longest running independent production on television. It's the one program that brings education authorities, teachers, allied staff, students, old students associations, and parents together in support of science education at the senior high school rank of the education ladder. The objectives of the National Science and Maths Quiz are to promote the study of the sciences and mathematics, to help senior high school students develop quick thinking skills and a probing and scientific mind about things around them, to promote healthy academic rivalry between senior high schools, to a lesser degree, keep old students still interested in their schools and encourage them to offer help to their alma mater, to inculcate a degree of science culture in the Ghanaian society for all to see science as a way of life. Let's take a walk down memory lane and see how far we have come in 25 years. The idea was not proposed at a national science fair or conference, but rather on the tennis court of the University of Ghana, Legon, where Mr. Kweku Mensah Bonsu, then managing director of Primetime, was at the court to play the game after his own heart with his playmate, the late Professor Ebenezer Kweku Awotwe, Professor of Animal Science. Mr. Mensah Bonsu was curious as to why birds could stand on a live electric wire without getting electrocuted, but human beings could not do so. From Professor Kweku Awotwe's explanation, Mr. Mensah Bonsu got the idea.
Welcome to the 2018 edition of the National Science and Math Quiz. This is the 17th 1A stage contest, and it features WESLEY Girls High School, TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School, and WINNEBA Senior High School. Let's meet the contestants. WINNEBA Senior High School. WINNEBA Senior High School is represented by
Stephen Kwame, final year.
Roberta Kwanzaa, final year.
You are welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you?
You are fine. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Yes. So, you are coming to us from the prelims.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, the prelims, we met with Oket and Kumasi girls, and by God's grace, we qualified to the stage.
All right.
Yeah.
And it seems you brought quite a crowd with you. Okay, I think I better stay off that topic. When you're not doing science and math, what do you do? What do you do for hobbies?
Well, as for me, I like music, so maybe listening to music or singing or maybe dancing.
I
Me too, I like playing football.
Football?
Yeah.
All right, I see. Roberta, who do you listen to? What kind of music?
I like gospel rock.
All right. Okay. You'll sing something for us later.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we expecting this contest?
Our message is quite simple, and it's with Christ in the vessel, we shall smile at the storm.
All right. Let's go to it. TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School. TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School is represented by
Fianco Edmond, final year.
WINNEBA, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay, you are also coming to us from the prelims. What happened there?
During the prelims, we faced Accra High School and Quail Ridge, and with God on our side, we were able to win.
I see. All right. And so this contest, what shall we expect from you?
Expect our very best.
Your very best?
Yes.
Okay, I can't leave without asking about what you do outside of science and math. Edmond, what do you do?
I engage myself in video games.
Video games? You're a champion. Good. And you, Oliver?
Football.
Football?
Yes.
Okay, so you are following the World Cup?
Yes.
Who are you supporting?
Portugal.
Portugal?
Yes.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. I understand BA is counting on you. So I'm looking forward to seeing this very best you have promised. Best wishes.
Thank you.
WESLEY Girls High School. WESLEY Girls High School is represented by
Vanessa Yabnewadamti, final year.
Rebecca Yenumi Kombian, final year.
You're welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
We are fine by God's grace.
Wonderful. You are a seeded school?
Yes, please.
So last year, I think I remember Katia. Where is she?
Oh, she's on her way. She's coming.
She's coming.
Yes,
Shall I
please.
see her here?
Yes, please.
Oh, all right. And what did they tell you?
So, unfortunately for us, last year we couldn't go past the quarterfinal stage, but our seniors have encouraged us and motivated us, and they've helped us to come this far. So we know that by God's grace, this year we are going to the top.
All right. I have to ask, when you are not doing science and math, what do you do? Rebecca?
I like to read storybooks and listen to music.
Music?
Yes, please.
What kind of music?
Oh, anything gospel.
Oh, I see. And you, Vanessa?
Oh, I personally like to watch movies. Yeah.
Movies?
Yes, please.
What kind of movies?
Okay, it has to be nice, that's all.
All right.
Yes, it has to be nice.
This contest, what are we expecting?
But for this contest, we are going to give it our very best, and we know that by God's grace, we are going to come out victors and winners at the end.
All right, that's it. So, viewers, we've met the contestants. All of them are looking forward to winning. And as you wanted me to find out, they do have hobbies. Some play football, some sing, some listen to music. They do all sorts of things. But they don't want to show what they have, not yet. All right, before I sit down, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We also have support from GCB Bank, Accra College of Medicine, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, Lancaster University, Ghana, Academic City College, West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens, WACBIB, Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP, MFA Jewelry, and Horti Makeup. The mentorship sessions are sponsored by Bond Savings and Loans and RMG Ghana. And SciTech Fair 2018 was sponsored by Goyle, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, and Talo Ghana Limited. Our media sponsors are City FM and Joy News. This is a primetime production. My name is Elsie Fakofman. I'm your quiz mistress.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing, or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with gold synthetic oil and any quality gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with gold synthetic oil.
Well, you're a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Goal.
Ashwini Pankasa. Goal, good energy.
Contestants, as always, the contest comes to you in 5 rounds. The first round is a round for fundamental concepts. We have simple and direct questions that require simple and direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If it's right, a bonus point. If it's incorrect, it fetches a penalty, 1 point. For questions that require calculations, you have 30 seconds in which to present your answer. There are no calculations involved. You have 10 seconds to do so. All of the questions are to be attempted once only. Best wishes to all schools. I'm going to start with you, TWENE AMANFO. Your question. And by the way, this first set, 30 seconds. A simple pendulum of length 1.0 meter has a small amplitude period of 2.0 seconds. Determine the acceleration due to gravity at the location of the pendulum. Edmond.
2 meters per second squared.
That's incorrect. Which of you? Stephen?
10 meters per second squared.
No. The right answer is 9.9 meters per second squared. 2 significant figures. Your major question, WINNEBA. The small amplitude period of a simple pendulum of length 1.0 meter changes from 2.0 second to 2.1 second when the location of the pendulum is changed. Determine the change in acceleration due to gravity between the locations of the pendulum. Roberta.
The acceleration due to gravity is 0.98 meters per second squared.
That's incorrect for bonus. I asked for the change in acceleration due to gravity, and it's negative 0.92 meters per second squared. Wesley girls. Find the acceleration due to gravity at the location of a 4.00 meter long simple pendulum, where its small amplitude period is 4.01 seconds. For bonus, the right answer is 9.82 meter per second squared. Next set, 10 seconds. And actually, this is a single question to all three schools. When I get to your school, please give me a right answer so I can move on for the next different right answer. For this reason, there's no bonus. All right. So this is the question, after which I'm coming to you, TWENE AMANFO. A nephron is a long tubule differentiated into 4 regions having different anatomical features and physiological role. Name one of the regions. TWENE AMANFO. Yes, Oliver?
Madam, the loop of Enel.
Yes. WINNEBA. Roberta.
The distal convoluted tubule.
Okay.
Or this.
One. Vanessa. Vanessa?
Man's capsule.
Yes. The last one is the proximal convoluted tubule. All right. Next set, 10 seconds, and I have a preamble to all schools. State the converse of the given statement and state whether the converse is true or false. Please, do you have your preamble? You have it. Great. So now, TWENE AMANFO, a pentagon is a polygon. Edmond.
A pentagon is a polygon and it is false.
That's incorrect. Yes, Vanessa.
Polygon is a pentagon and it's false.
Yes. An obtuse angle has measure greater than that of a right angle. Roberta.
A right angle has a measure greater than an obtuse angle, and it is false.
I can't accept that. For bonus.
A right angle has a measure less than an obtuse angle, and it's true.
No.
It's supposed to be good.
The right answer. An angle with measure greater than a right angle is an obtuse angle, and is false. Your major question with the same preamble. An equilateral quadrilateral is a quadrilateral with all sides congruent. Which of you, please? Rebecca.
A quadrilateral with all sides congruent is an equilateral quadrilateral, and it is false.
2 out of 3. You got the converse right, but it's not true. It's true, sorry, it's true. It's true. Next set, 10 seconds. It's a single question to all schools, so I'll be going round once again, no bonus. Okay, so this is the question. Name one essential component of a mass spectrometer and give its function. All right, so TWENE AMANFO. Yes, Oliver.
The magnetic field. And the magnetic field is to deflect the ions towards the detector so that towards the detector where they give up their charge to form the spectrum.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. It's actually a magnet, right? And it provides a magnetic field that separates the ions according to mass to charge ratio. Roberta.
Ionization chamber. Gaseous atoms or vaporized atoms are bombarded with high-moving or fast-moving electrons, which convert it to positive ions. And it is then sent to the other part.
Carry on. Yes, Vanessa.
A vaporization chamber, and the chamber is responsible. It's used for converting the material whose the sample into gaseous form so as to be.
No. That's the ionization chamber. Okay, so you have an ionization, listen carefully, you have an ionization chamber. So ionization of gaseous molecules in this chamber. You have a heated filament which produces a beam of electrons which ionizes the gaseous molecules. You have a negative grid or pole which causes acceleration of the positive charged ions. There's the magnet which we heard about from the TWENE AMANFO, the magnetic field. And then you have a detector. To detect the presence of various ions and determine the relative quantities to produce a chart. Next set, 30 seconds. TWENE AMANFO. When 2 notes are sounded together, beats of frequency 2.00 Hertz are heard. What are the frequencies of the notes if their average frequency is 256 Hertz? For a bonus. Yes, which of you, please? Yes, Stephen.
128 Hertz.
That's incorrect. The frequencies are 255 Hertz and 257 Hertz. Your major question. The average frequency of 2 notes is 620 Hertz. Determine the frequencies of the notes if they give a beat frequency of 8 Hertz when sounded together. Yes, Vanessa.
Please, we have one of the frequencies being 624 hertz, and the other one being 616 hertz.
You're right. Your major question. 2 notes produce a beat frequency of 4 hertz when sounded together. Find the frequencies of the notes if the sum of the frequencies is 498 hertz. Vanessa.
Okay, we have one of the frequencies being 256 hertz, and the other one being 252 hertz.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. Did they ring on time? Yes, go ahead. Edmond.
One of the frequencies is 245 hertz, and the other is 249 hertz.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 247 hertz and 251 hertz. Next set, 10 seconds, and I have a preamble. Preamble to all schools. When I get to your school, I will give you or mention a receptor. A receptor. So, in cockroaches, state where the receptor is located. That's the preamble. So, TWENE AMANFO, receptors for touch, that is thigmoreceptors. Yes, Rebecca?
The antenna.
Not for a bonus. For a bonus, it has to be perfect.
Maybe that's it.
So yes, antenna is among the places, but it's also found bristles of the legs, body, maxillary pulps, and cerci. Different parts. With the same preamble, WINNEBA, the receptors for smell, that is olfactoreceptors. Yes, Roberta?
They are found on the antenna.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble. Receptors for taste, that is the gustatoriceptors. Yes, Vanessa.
We have the palps and the antennae.
I'll give you one. Not the antennae, but they are found on the palps of the maxillae and labium. All right, next set, 30 seconds, and I have a preamble. Preamble to all schools. Find the center C and the radius R of the circle with the given equation. That's the preamble. Did you get it? Good. So, TWENE AMANFO, x squared minus 6x plus y squared minus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. Edmund.
The center is 3, 2, and the radius is 1.
2 out of 3. Yes, the center is 3, 2, but the radius is 5. With the same preamble, WINNEBA, x squared plus 8x plus y squared plus 4y minus 29 is equal to 0. Roberta.
The center is -4, -2, and the radius is 7.
Yes. With the same preamble. X squared plus 10x plus y squared minus 12y minus 3 is equal to 0. Yes, Rebecca?
The radius is 8 units and the center has coordinates -5, 6.
Yes. Last set of questions for the round, 30 seconds. TWENE AMANFO, if powdered aluminium is mixed with iron 3 oxide and ignited, the oxide is reduced to the metal while the aluminium forms an oxide. Please give a balanced equation for the reaction. Yes, Oliver?
Madam, 2Al plus Fe2O3 forming Al2O3 plus 2Fe.
Yes. WINNEBA. Aluminium dissolves in moderately concentrated HCl solution to give the metal chloride and hydrogen gas. Please give a balanced equation for the reaction. Roberta.
The equation is 2Al plus 6HCl going to 2AlCl3 plus 3H2.
Yes. Last question. When aluminium is strongly heated in air, it burns to give an oxide with the oxygen and a nitride with the nitrogen in the air. Give separate equations for the oxide and nitride formation. Vanessa.
Okay, so for the first reaction, we have 2Al plus 3O2 going to 2Al plus 3O2 going to Al2O3, and then the other one being 2Al plus N2 going to 2ALN.
2 out of 3. That's for the second reaction with nitrogen. With nitrogen, you have 2Al plus N2 going to 2ALN. That was right. The first one with oxygen, it's 4Al, not 2. 4Al plus 3O2 going to 2Al2O3. And with that, we've come to the end of the first round.
can conveniently pay for my utility bills, my son's Cartoon Network on DSTV, and renew my internet services package. I can securely send my sweet mother her monthly allowance by simply transferring funds from my bond account into hers. I can also pay the gardener through any of the mobile money platforms available. I can verify if the check to the vendor has cleared. Now let me guess my sister is here at time so I can peacefully go back to sleep. With Bond Mobile app, you can do your banking anywhere. Download the Bond Mobile app on Apple Play Store or Google Play Store today. Bond, your success, our passion.
There's always that one individual so selfless and caring. The world still has caring people. Getting unexpected help is a joy for us. That's why at Prudential Life, we've introduced Ultimate, the no-lapse guarantee on your Premier and Classic farewell plans. The biggest challenge for most clients having a funeral policy is the fact that when they are unable to pay premiums due to financial challenges, the policies elapse and the full benefit falls off. We have introduced the no-lapse guarantee on our funeral plans. This ensures that you don't lose your full benefit during challenging financial moments. Prudential, always listening, always understanding.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing, or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold synthetic oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold synthetic oil.
Gold is a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Gold.
Ashene Pankasa. Gold, good energy.
Scientific explanations behind everyday phenomena, in addition to the topics from the regular science curriculum for senior high schools. Thus, it all began 25 years ago, in April 1993. Since then, the National Science and Maths Quiz NSMQ has seen 22 exciting editions.
Selecting the quiz mistress and the gender was entirely my decision. So one Saturday evening after tennis, we were sitting in Commonwealth Hall senior common room, and then Marianne was there. So I just said, he said, you talk to Marianne. Have you spoken with her? I said, no, I'm going to talk to her. So I talked to Marianne. Then Dr. Marianne Addy, later Professor Marianne Addy. I told her about the program and that I needed a quiz mistress. I wanted a quiz mistress. And she said, but why me? I said, you, because you are a female scientist with a PhD. Can you imagine the impact that this would have on the children, especially the girls? That I want you to be the quiz mistress, whether you like it or not. In fact, I've selected you as the quiz mistress. And she had a good laugh. I said, okay, I'll do it. And then when Marianne was leaving the program after 7 years, and this time she recommended Eureka MFA at DeMarco. And the first time I met her, I said, well, of course, if you're called Eureka, that's a name that came out of mathematics. So then you are a quiz mistress. I met Dr. Kaufman at a program, and she and Professor Alote came to my office to talk to me about some mathematics competition or science, international science competition. And I went and talked to Dr. Awotre. I've met her only once, but I think from the way she spoke and the way she carried herself. And Awotre said, well, strangely, that's the person I was also thinking about. So I said, well, your job is cut out for you now. Our 3 quiz mistresses have all been great, I must say.
There would have been no excitement without very interesting and well-crafted questions. The nature of the competition requires that questions be of equal strength and difficulty at each stage of the competition. A team of consultants were selected to work on the questions. This is how the team was put together.
Then I got my friend Dr. Adanu, to do the physics. So Asameni for chemistry, Adanu for physics. Then for biology, Awotre himself, Mrs. Kwaku. She put together a team to do the maths. Now, beyond the first year of the competition, I got to know Dr. Douglas Edujemfi of the maths department. And Douglas agreed to be a part of the team. And since then, he's been a part.
The program was first recorded in October 1993 with the late Professor Marian Irama Ade, Professor of Biochemistry at the University of Ghana, Legon, as the quiz mistress. It was originally named the Brilliant Science and Maths Quiz, as Lever Brothers, now Unilever's Blue Soap Brilliant, was the sole sponsor of the program. The name was changed to National Science and Maths Quiz in 1998, when Brilliant dropped its sponsorship of the program due to change of management and policy direction. Amstel Malta from Ghana Breweries Limited, now Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited, took up sole sponsorship of the program from 1998 to 2001, when it dropped its sponsorship also for the same reasons. Next, the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, sponsored the program from 2002 until 2008. In 2009, Primetime took up the cost of producing and airing the program in the hopes of attracting sponsorship to help pay for the program. But this did not work out, as education clearly was not seen as a priority by corporate Ghana at the time. Consequently, the program was forced to take a 2-year break, that is 2010 and 2011. The program, however, was such an important event on the academic calendar of the senior high schools that it was sorely missed. Thus, students, teachers, and parents alike began clamoring for its return.
This program went into a lull because of a lack of sponsorship. And myself, Mr. Mensa Bozu, we met the Director General, and we said this program must not die. So I'm glad that at least a company, or a bank for that matter, has found it necessary to partner with us to sponsor this program.
Thus, the number of participating schools was increased from 135 in 2014, and the regional competitions, through which 108 schools are selected to join the seeded schools at the national championships, was born. With 3 schools instead of 2 competing against each other in each contest.
And the introduction of the preliminaries, along with 2 new faces as quiz mistresses for that round. They are Dr. Angela Lamte and Mrs. Gladys Schringer.
Since the competition was opened up to all senior high schools in Ghana, many less endowed schools have managed to qualify to the quarterfinals and in some cases the semi-finals, an attestation to the many benefits that the exposure on the NSMQ has engendered, such as interest in the schools by the general public and support of the schools by their own students' association.
Root of xy minus 3y.
You're right.
The students who make up the participation teams go through rigorous routines and discipline to be able to make a mark in the competition. The teachers who train these students are dedicated to the course and thus invest a lot of time and energy into developing strategies and tactics to sharpen the minds and analytical skills of their contestants.
We try every year to do something that would be new, but that would add value to the participants' experience on the program. And that's why we have the mentorship sessions that are meant to broaden their horizons so that they see that there's more, way more to having a career in science than ending up in medical school. We have the Science and Technology Fair that aims at helping participants transfer the knowledge, the principles and theories they have learnt in the classroom into producing practical products and services that would be useful to society. We also have the excursions, which we used to do but not in such a focused manner. Now the platinum sponsors host us to a tour of their operations to help our participants understand the business behind the sponsor and their operations. We have also tried to embrace technology, and you see that as most evident in our use of social media. Our embrace of social media helped us regain contact with our fans and supporters and to rekindle their interest in the program.
To encourage and reward displays of excellence in female contestants,
At the end of the first round, TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School has 9 points. WINNEBA Senior High School has 13 points. WESLEY Girls High School has 14 points. We have a long way to go, 4 more rounds. Round 2. This round is also known as a speed race. The questions in the round are directed to all 3 schools simultaneously. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, WINNEBA? Thank you. Yours, TWENE AMANFO. Thank you. And yours, WESLEY Girls. Thank you. If you ring and answer correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. Be mindful though, if you attempt a question and you are unable to answer, you lose a precious point. For questions that require calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations, you have a maximum of 10 seconds. Best wishes to all 3 schools. First set of questions, 10 seconds each. First question. Which of the mammalian vertebrae has a projection called odontoid process? Which of you, please? Stephen.
Madam, the axis vertebra.
Yes. Next one. Why are flatworms and roundworms said to be invertebrates? Yes, Vanessa?
They are said to be invertebrates because they have no backbone. That is, they have no vertebral column.
The presence of a diastema in the jawbone of a mammal indicates that the mammal... Yes, Vanessa?
It indicates that the mammal is a ruminant and it is also herbivorous, and it is used...
No, I'm moving on. Who rang next? Who rang next? Yes, which of you? Stephen?
The mammal is a ruminant.
No. Did you ring? Okay, so I continue for you. Indicates that the mammal lacks the teeth suitable for which purpose? Yes, which of you? Edmond? Oliver?
For cutting, the teeth for cutting.
No. The right answer is tearing. Next set, 30 seconds each. Evaluate the limit. Limit as x approaches 1 of the expression x squared minus 1 all over the expression x minus 1. Yes, Vanessa?
2.
Yes. Evaluate the trigonometric expression. The expression 1 minus tangent squared of 30 degrees all over 2 multiplied by tangent of 30 degrees. Vanessa, go ahead.
1 over root 3.
Yes. Please, if you don't raise your hand, I'm at liberty to call either one of you. Next. Expand the expression 1 plus 4x all raised to the power 1/4 in ascending powers of x up to the term in x squared. Vanessa.
Please, we have the expression 1 plus x plus minus 3x squared.
That's incorrect. Which of you? Edmond.
1 plus x plus 2 over 3x squared.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 1 plus x minus 3 over 2x squared. So 1 plus x minus 3 over 2 multiplied by x squared. Next set. 10 seconds for this first question. Name three variables that affect rates of chemical reactions. Yes, Vanessa.
Concentration, the surface area available, and the temperature of the system.
Yes. For the next set of 2, which will require 30 seconds of your time each, I have a preamble. The preamble is rather lengthy, so please pay attention to the preamble. Preamble for the next 2. Propanone reacts with iodine in acidic solution according to the following equation. CH3COCH3, that's aqueous, plus aqueous I2 plus H plus going to CH3COCH2I plus HI. Consider the following kinetic results. And I have a table. The table has 5 columns. These are the column headings. First one, experiment number. Second, concentration of C3H6O in mole per decimeter cubed. Next one, concentration of I2 in mole per decimeter cubed. Next one, concentration of H plus in mole per decimeter cubed. And then the last column heading is rate in mole per decimeter cubed second. Now the rows. First row. So I'm now filling in. Experiment 1. 0.01. Let me do that again. Experiment 1. 0.001. Next, 0.01. Next, 0.01. And then the last column, 3.1 times 10 raised to the power negative 3. Experiment 2. 0.002. 0.01. 0.01. 6.3 times 10 to the power negative 3. Experiment 3. 0.002. 0.02. 0.01. And 6.3 times 10 to the power negative 3. Last row. Experiment 4. 0.001. Next, 0.01. 0.02. 6.3 times 10 to the power negative 3. That's the preamble. The whole preamble again. Okay. Let me drink some water first, okay? Preamble. Acidic solution according to the following equation. CH3COCH3 aqueous plus aqueous I2 plus H plus going to CH3COCH2I plus HI. Consider the following kinetic results table. Column headings, experiment number, concentration of C3H6O in mole per decimeter cubed, concentration of I2 in mole per decimeter cubed, concentration of H plus in mole per decimeter cubed, rate in mole per decimeter second. First row, experiment 1, 0.001, 0.01, 0.01, 3.1 times 10 to the power negative 3. Experiment 2, 0.002, 0.01, 0.01, 6.3 times 10 to the power negative 3. Experiment 3, 0.002, 0.02, 0.01, 6.3 times 10 to the negative 3. Last row, experiment 4, 0.001, 0.01, 0.02, 6.3 times 10 to the negative 3. I'm not reading it again. Now, question. Use the results to determine the rate law for the reaction. Yes, Vanessa?
The rate law of the reaction is such that R is equal to K multiplying the concentration of propanone multiplying the concentration of H plus.
Okay. Next question. Calculate the rate constant using the details. Yes.
The rate constant is 3.1 per second.
That's incorrect. I continue reading. Using the details of experiment 4 and give your answer in scientific notation to 2 places of decimal. Please give the units of K. Which of you, Roberta?
The rate constant is 6.3 times 10 to the power 2 mole squared dm to the power 6.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 3.15 times 10 raised to the power 2 decimeter cube per mole second. Last set of questions for the round, 30 seconds each. A meter bridge is balanced when the jockey is in contact with the bridge wire at the 50.0 centimeter mark with a 50.0 ohm standard resistor and an unknown resistor in the bridge arms. Find the current that will flow in the unknown resistor if it were removed from the bridge and connected across a 12.0 volt battery. Which of you? Roberta.
The current is 0.24 amperes.
Okay. Even though if I were asking for proper, anyway, never mind. Significant figures. All right, next one. Find the mean square speed of Brownian motion of a particle of smoke of mass 3.00 times 10 raised to the power negative 16 kilogram in air at 300 Kelvin. Vanessa.
5.0 times 10 exponent 9 meter per second.
That's incorrect. Edmond.
100 meters per second.
Oh dear, no. The right answer is 4.14 times 10 raised to the power negative 5 meter squared per second squared. Last question. A galvanometer with an internal resistance of 57 ohm reflects full scale for a 0.10 milliampere current. Find the shunt resistance needed to convert the galvanometer into an ammeter with a full scale deflection of 2.0 milliamperes. Rebecca?
30 ohms.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 3.0 ohms. You misplaced your decimal point. That's the end of the second round.
There's always that one individual so selfless and caring. The world still has caring people. Getting unexpected help is a joy for us. That's why at Prudential Life, we've introduced Ultimate, the no-lapse guarantee on your Premier and Classic farewell plans. The biggest challenge for most clients having a funeral policy is the fact that when they
The end of the second round. TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School has 6 points. WINNEBA Senior High School has 17 points. WESLEY Girls High School has 24 points. We are at the top of round 3. This round has the problem of the day. The problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you have 3 minutes in which to prepare an answer to the problem of the day. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Please put your pens down. Now let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. An isolated conducting sphere of radius 0.20 meter is charged to a potential of 1.6 times 10 raised to the power 3 volts. A. Determine the charge on the sphere. B. Determine the number of electrons needed to neutralize the sphere. C. A second isolated conducting sphere of radius 0.40 meter carries an equal but opposite charge as the first sphere. 1. Determine the potential of the second sphere. 2. Determine the magnitude of the electric field on the surface of the second sphere. And 3. Determine the capacitance of the second sphere. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. Please stop writing and present your answers. Thank you. Thank you. Physics consultant, may I see you one moment?
I can conveniently pay for my utility bills, my son's Cartoon Network on DSTV, and renew my internet services package. I can securely send my sweet mother her monthly allowance by simply transferring funds from my bond account into hers. I can also pay the gardener through any of the mobile money platforms available. I can verify if the check to the vendor has cleared. Now let me guess my sister is here at time so I can peacefully go back to sleep. With Bond Mobile app, you can do your banking anywhere. Download the Bond Mobile app on Apple Play Store or Google Play Store today. Bond, your success, our passion.
Ready. Contestants, please pick up your notepads and present your answers on the boards as you have them here. All right, the contestants have presented their answers. Before I award the points, let's look at the suggested solution from the consultants. This is a problem in physics. So an isolated conducting sphere has a radius 0.20 meter and is charged to a potential of 1.6 times 10 to the power 3 volts, and several questions to be answered. The first one, let's take them one at a time. The first one is to determine the charge on the sphere. The charge on the sphere, let's call it Q, can be obtained from the constant 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by the radius and then the potential. So this simplifies to 4 pi multiplied by 8.85 times 10 to the power negative 12 multiplied by 0.20 meter multiplied by 1.6 times 10 to the power 3 volts, which is potential. So if you do this calculation well, you should wind up with 3.6 times 10 to the power negative 8 coulombs. All right, 1 point for process, 1 point for final answer. 2 points. The next one is to determine the number of electrons that are needed to neutralize the sphere. Okay, so the number of electrons needed is the charge divided by the electron charge, the charge on one electron. So this is 3.6. We've already calculated the charge from the first part, the A. So it's 3.6 times 10 to the power negative 8 coulomb divided by electron charge, which is 1.6 times 10 to the power negative 19 coulomb. This will give 2.2 times 10 to the power 11. 1 point for process, 1 point for final answer. Now, C. So we know that there's a second isolated conducting sphere which has a radius 0.40 meter. And it carries an equal but opposite charge as the first sphere. So we have to answer certain questions about it. The first one is to determine the potential of the second sphere. The potential of the second sphere, from what you've done before, you can easily predict the relationship. So the potential is given by the charge on this second sphere divided by 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by the radius of the sphere. We substitute. So this time we use a negative, right? Because it's the opposite charge from the first one. So it's negative 3.6 times 10 to the power negative 8 coulombs divided by 4 pi. The epsilon is 8.85 times 10 to the power negative 12 multiplied by the radius of this new sphere, which is 0.40 meter. If you do the calculation well, you should wind up with negative 810 volts. 1 point for process, another point for the final answer. All right. The next question is to determine the magnitude of the electric field on the surface of this second sphere. The electric field, the magnitude of the electric field strength is given by the absolute value of the charge on this sphere divided by 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by the radius of the second sphere squared. But then if you are observant, you will notice that you can obtain this by taking the potential which is obtained, the absolute value of the potential which was obtained from the previous question and dividing it by just the radius. So you have 810 volts divided by 0.40 meter, and that should give you 2.0 kilovolt per meter. 1 point for process, 1 point for answer. The last part is to determine the capacitance of the second sphere. You obtain capacitance by taking the charge and dividing it by the potential. So and this is equivalent to 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by the radius. We've seen 4 pi epsilon naught multiple times. 4 pi times 8.85 times 10 to the negative 12 multiplied by 0.04 meter, and this gives 4.4 times 10 to the power negative 11 farad. 1 point for process, 1 point for answer, giving a total of 10 points. All right, so this was the suggested solution. What did our contestants do? TWENE AMANFO TWENE AMANFO, I don't see anything recognizable. So I'm giving you 1 point on humanitarian grounds. WINNEBA Senior High School, you started this process. The first one was to determine the charge on the sphere. So you did go through the process. You have the calculation, your substitutions were not, they were okay, but your final answer is not right. Instead of times 10 to the power negative 8, you have times 10 to the power negative 10. So that's an incorrect answer. I'm giving you 1 point for process. Okay. And then I also have concerns about your significant figures. We'll come to that. All right. So the second part was the number of electrons needed. Again, you started the process. You would probably have come to the right answer because your values are what you were supposed. The process is fine, just that your values are wrong. The first answer is wrong, so obviously this was going to be wrong, but you are on the right path. So I'm giving you 1 more for process. Answer no. Then we get to C. You have to determine the potential of the second sphere. You have the right process. Your final answer was not forthcoming. So 1 more. And then the last part was, there was a second part to determine the magnitude of the electric field at the surface of the second sphere. I think I gave you 1 more point for process. 1 point for process because you had the original equation right. You should have simplified to make it easier to do the calculation. You didn't. But I'm giving you 1 point for the process. And nothing else after this. All right. So this gives you 4. I should have added the humanitarian point, but I'm not going to do that because of your issues with significant figures. Look at what significant figures your questions have. And then you are telling us about, the values were wrong anyway, but you could have tried. I'm not giving you this humanitarian point. So that gives you 4 out of 10. WESLEY girls, the charge on the sphere, you were able to calculate that correctly. I have issues with your significant figures. All right? You have 1 more significant figure than we need. Then the number of electrons, that too you were able to obtain. Wait. Not so fast. It's supposed to be times 10 to the power 11. I'm sorry. I'm giving you 1 point for process. Okay, the final answer is incorrect with too many significant figures anyway. All right, then you were to determine the potential of the second sphere. You had the right relationship, but your answer is not right. There's something went wrong with the calculation, so I'm giving you 1 point there. Then you started the calculation for the electric field strength. You have the right, your equation there would have wound you with the right answer eventually, but you even have a problem with the sign. Okay, anyway, so that didn't work out, but you do have the equation, so the formula, so I'm going to give you 1 point there, and it's incomplete. Then the rest, I don't think you have anything else anyway. Okay, so that should have given you 5. That should have given you 5 with a humanitarian point to make 6, but I'm not giving you the humanitarian point because of the issues with your significant figures. You need to look at the question and see how many significant figures you have information to, and then give your answers accordingly. So you have 5 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. You may pick up your notepads. Round 4. In this round, I'm going to be presenting you with statements. When you receive a statement, please consider it carefully and let me know whether the statement is true or false. If you are right, 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If it's right, 2 full points. If it's incorrect, there's that penalty. Best wishes, everyone. I'm starting with you, WINNEBA. 2 matrices are equal if they have the same number of rows and the same number of columns. Yes, Steven.
And I'm false.
Yes. If 2 matrices are equal, they have the same number of rows and the same number of columns. Rebecca?
True.
Yes. For 2 matrices A and B, if the product AB is possible, then the product BA is also possible. Edmond?
It's true.
No, that's a false statement. Collenchyma is a mechanical tissue which gives tensile strength to the plant. Roberta?
True.
Yes. Collenchyma occurs in the stem and petioles of monocot and dicot herbs. Yes, Vanessa?
It's true.
No. That's a false statement. Due to deposition of pectin, collenchyma has high water retaining capacity. Oliver?
It's true.
Yes. A body is in rotational equilibrium only when its angular velocity is 0. Yes, Roberta?
False.
Yes. A body is in rotational equilibrium when its angular momentum is constant. Vanessa?
It's true.
Yes. A body is in rotational equilibrium when the net torque on it is 0. Oliver?
Madam, it's true.
Yes. A straight chain alkane of formula C5H12 will have 2 more structural isomers that are butanes. Yes, Roberta?
False.
Yes. One hexene possesses 2 other positional isomers. It's your hand up, Rebecca. Go ahead.
True.
Yes. Cis and trans 2-butene are examples of positional isomers. Yes, Oliver?
False.
Yes. The equation x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0 has no real root. Roberta?
False.
Yes. The equation x squared minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0 has no real root. Vanessa?
It's true.
Yes. The equation x squared plus 4 is equal to 0 has no root. Oliver?
True.
No, that's a false statement. WINNEBA. Random fertilization refers to the fact that homologous chromosomes are distributed randomly during meiosis. Roberta?
False.
Yes. Gametes are diploid so that when fertilization occurs, the resultant zygote will have the characteristic number of chromosomes for that species. Yes, Rebecca?
False.
Yes. In the life cycle of a flowering plant, the gametophyte is a haploid phase that produces gametes by mitosis. Yes, Oliver?
True.
Oh dear. How do you produce gametes through mitosis? It's a false statement. Light metals emit soft characteristic X-rays, whereas heavy metals emit hard characteristic X-rays because the K-shell binding energies of light metals are less than the K-shell binding energies of heavy metals. Roberta?
False.
No, that's a true statement. Soft characteristic X-rays have lower intensity than hard characteristic X-rays. Rebecca? Yes.
Hello.
Again.
False.
TWENE AMANFO, a soft X-ray photon has lower energy and lower linear momentum than a hard X-ray photon, but both soft and hard X-rays propagate at the same speed in vacuum. Yes, Oliver?
True.
Yes. Last set of statements. The electrode potentials of Cr3+/Cr and Ni2+/Ni are negative 0.74 volts, and negative 0.23 volts, respectively. This means chromium metal is oxidized more readily than nickel metal. Yes, Stephen?
True.
Yes. The electrode potential for Pb2 plus /Pb is negative 0.13 volts. This means lead will be able to displace hydrogen, H2, from a mineral acid. Yes, Vanessa?
It's true.
Yes. Last statement. Last statement. The electrode potentials of CO3 plus, CO2 plus /PT, and SN4 plus, SN2 plus /PT are 1.82 volts and 0.15 volts, respectively. This means that CO2 plus ions can reduce SN4 plus to SN2 plus ions readily. Oliver?
True.
No. That's a false statement. And that's the end of the fourth round. At the end of the fourth round, TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School has 11 points. WINNEBA Senior High School has 34 points. WESLEY Girls High School has 42 points. Fifth and final round. In this round, I'm going to be reading out clues. Your objective is to solve the riddle. In order to attempt to solve the riddle, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, WINNEBA? Thank you. Yours, TWENE AMANFO. And yours, WESLEY Girls. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third or any clue thereafter, 3 points. There are 4 riddles in all. Best wishes, everyone. First riddle. I am a state of matter. I am characterized by strong intermolecular interactions. Yes, Rebecca?
Solid.
No.
Solid.
I continue. These interactions are so strong that I acquire a definite volume. I am unable to resist shear forces. I am therefore classified as a fluid. Who am I? Which of you? Stephen?
Liquid.
Yes. I read all the clues, 3 points. Next one. I am a measure of a love of a kind. At least. Okay, go ahead. Oliver.
Electron affinity.
Yes. All right, let me share the rest of the clues. So I continue reading the first clue. At least that is what part of my name seems to suggest. I am an attribute which all elements potentially possess. I am a measure of the love of elements for that particle of the beam discovered by J.J. Thomson. The fact that I can have positive or negative value means I'm not always a measure of love, but sometimes a measure of dislike for that particle. Generally, while elements in the columns to the right of the periodic table have negative values, elements in the columns to the left have positive values. I am measured in kilojoule per mole, and of course the right answer is electron affinity. I was reading the first clue when they solved the riddle. 5 points. Next one. We are among a group of molecules that have been given a generic name because of our function. We are secreted by different exocrine glands. We get busy as soon as you take your first bite. We are therefore the workhorses of your digestive system. We are the enzymes that are found in the digestive tracts of animals, including humans, and in the traps of carnivorous plants. Yes, Vanessa?
Digestive enzymes.
Yes. The last clue. Our main function is to break down polymeric macromolecules into their smaller building blocks in order to facilitate their absorption by the body. And of course, the answer is digestive enzymes. They solved the riddle on the fifth clue. 3 points. Last riddle. I am a relation between two sets of numbers. I am neither a function nor a mapping. I involve a constant ratio between corresponding members of the sets. I am an equation stating equality of two ratios. I am part to a whole comparison. Part of me is a portion. Yes, Edmond.
Proportion.
You are right. I read all the clues. 3 points. That's the end of the fifth round. contest, here are the final scores. TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School has 19 points. WINNEBA Senior High School has 37 points. WESLEY Girls High School has 45 points. TWENE AMANFO Senior High Technical School, thank you for being here. Best wishes to you. WINNEBA Senior High School, thank you for being here. Roberta. Thank you for giving us a good contest. Unfortunately, we must say goodbye. Best wishes to you. WESLEY Girls High School. Congratulations on winning the contest. Please prepare, and I look forward to seeing you at the quarterfinals. Well done. Viewers, thank you for joining us for this contest. We are still at the 1A stage of competition. Next time, we'll bring you St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. Secondary College and Anglican Senior High School, Kumasi. Before we leave, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We have support from GCB Bank, Accra College of Medicine, Medifair Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, Lancaster University, Ghana, Academic City College, West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens, WACBIB, Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP, MFA Jewelry, and Hottie Makeup. The mentorship sessions are sponsored by Bond Savings and Loans and RMG Ghana. And SciTech Fair 2018 was sponsored by GOL, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, and Talo Ghana Limited. Our media sponsors are City FM and Joy News. This is a primetime production. Thank you once again for joining us for this contest, and see you next time. Bye.
Hello, please. The next contest starts at 4. The next contest starts at 4. Please, St. Thomas.